Good afternoon, everybody. Doug Jenkins with the Findlay-Hancock County Chamber of Commerce. We are celebrating member anniversaries this afternoon with Carolyn Copus of 50 North, 25-year members of the Findlay-Hancock County Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely. I just love the chamber and everything that you do for our community and our businesses and engaging. I mean, you guys are doing so much there.
Thank you. I love it all too.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's a lot that's going on, and it's great to be able to come out and celebrate with the members who help it make it possible, the things that we do. And certainly 50 North has been a big part of that for 25 years. A long history here at 50 North. So when you first joined the chamber, it wasn't even 50 North. It had been the Hancock County Council on Aging.
You know, it was actually originally in 1970, it was the Senior Citizens Inc. And then they didn't like that. They thought that sounded too old. So they went to Hancock County Agency on Aging. So they changed that. And then we transformed to people can come here that are 50 and older. So we said 50 North. So it doesn't really talk about how old or elderly or senior in it, although we're a senior center.
Right.
But everybody has really adapted to the new name 50 North, so we're excited.
It's a beautiful facility if you've never been out here. There are a lot of services, there are a lot of activities, and just all sorts of things always going on. That's kind of the point, is to keep people active in the community. How important is that?
That's really important. In fact, when the organization was started in 1970, it was from concerned citizens who said they felt lonely at home. People started living longer. You know, back in the 50s and 60s, you almost worked and you didn't have a lot of time afterwards to be retired. And now people have lots of time to be retired. And they wanted, they lost that identity from work and their group of friends and their empty nesters. And so here's a place they can socialize, meet new people, do a new hobby or learn something new, get into wellness. We have good meals here, and it has become widows will come here and then they're with other widows, or there's a friend group that starts coming here, or they've gotten to know each other and they come here for lunch, and then they go do a photography class, or we're in the art room in an art class, or they're learning something new with Spanish, or they can take, play billiards or cards, or walk around the track and take a wellness class. So there's so much that you can do here at the facility. But we also do, part of what they needed when they first started this organization was to keep people in their homes safely. So we delivered meals to homes from the very beginning. We also have done what we call chores, or something to make their house more adaptable to their mobility. So we do a lot of ramps and grab bars and lighting, and we also go to homes. So we go to people's homes, and we also have 3 social workers. So if someone needs help with their housing, or there's some food insecurity, or unfortunately we do have some abuse and neglect, misappropriation of funds, we work with APS, Adult Protective Services, in the court. So we help with Social Security. When do I take my Social Security? How do I get my Medicare? That Medicare is really complicated. So we're here to help.
So more than just activities, and it also illustrates again why it's so important to have an organization like this in a community, because otherwise that's a portion of the community that can slip through the cracks with some of those things like elder abuse and things like that. You're able to keep a watchful eye on a large part of our community, which is great.
We do, and we have great partnerships with the court, with Job and Family Services here in Hancock County. What's really nice is our social services that we have in Hancock County. We're so blessed, and they work together. We work together. It's not like, oh, that's not my problem, you take it. We're all like, okay, roll up our sleeves, and how are we gonna take care of this and help the people that we serve? And so every single one of our staff that's here takes and treats everyone like this is their mom or dad or grandparents. And that's what's really important, the culture. We wanted to get a feeling that when you walk in here, it's a family, and we're here to take care of one another and treat each other well, and one another. And we really feel like we've built that here at 50 North. And just this year, we were recognized as Ohio's Senior Center of the Year. And they've only given that, this is the second time they've given that award out. And the organization is 60 years old. So it's pretty cool that they recognize Findlay, Ohio, Hancock County for being the best senior center in the state.
That really is awesome. And I think it speaks to the growth that we've seen on here. We can talk a little bit about that, but let's talk about the criteria of the award and what they were looking for that you were able to bring those honors back home.
I mean, a lot. So we started 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, collecting data, doing assessments, trying to find out what people wanted. What did they want in a facility? What did they want in activities and programs? And every year we would do a survey and keep assessing ourselves. What are we doing well, but what aren't we doing? So we kept, digging away on what could we do better through initiatives. And I think if you look at, we have data from 10, 11 years ago to show that we used to have 200 people come through the doors during a day, or 150. We have had 800 people come through our doors in one day. And on average of 5 days a week, we have over 600 people that come here on average every single day. So that's part of it, is the engagement, but also the programming. Our wellness program that we have and how we work with chronic conditions. And we do wellness a little bit different. We do a lot of chair-based classes, not always on the floor, not always cardio. We're working on balance or strength or flexibility. Today in our art room, we had matter of balance. So we're working with people to help prevent falls. And then we do some fun classes like cardio drumming. So those are just unique programs. We go out hiking in our parks, and we have a group that does that. So and I think it's also the resources and the partnerships that we have in the community, like the Park District or the library or the Hancock Historical Museum or the university or Owens, and everybody. We're working with companies to bring information that the community, our older adults, either want to learn about, learn something new, a hobby, create something. So we're always just listening. And I think that's why they were interested in us. They were also interested because of our renovation and expansion.
Right.
Because there's a lot of senior centers that started in a church. And we started, I think, at what was called the teen center. I'm like, the teen center? Okay, the seniors are going, it's not senior in high school. They're older adults going, but we started in teen center. That's happened to a lot of senior centers. There's not a lot of senior centers that look like this. In fact, people say in our industry, if you've been to one senior center, you've only been to one senior center, meaning they're all so different. And this one, they're very interested because so many need to update. How did we do it in this community? And, we did a feasibility study, a utilization study. We had committees telling us, what do you want in a senior center? What size of a room do you need? And we kept taking the drawings back to people, and we got our staff involved and our volunteers, and the board was always involved. And so we try to be all inclusive and collaborate. So I think they are looking at all of that, the partnerships, the resources, the collaborations, the best practices. And we just have the best staff ever, and best volunteers, and the best board, and of course, great members.
When you come out here, you will definitely be warmly welcomed. And
Absolutely.
I think I'm actually coming out here to talk about Rally in the Alley, dude.
You are. We do these 419s.
Yeah.
I'm so interested in what you're going to say about Rally in the Alley.
I'm also interested in what I'm going to say about Rally in the Alley. I need to put that.
Because the JC started it.
No, I did not.
They did. The JC started it, just to let you know, a little history, because I did know a little bit about it.
I'm going to have you do my presentation for me then. Actually.
But that's when JC stopped it. They didn't have enough volunteers. And so when I was at the Arts Partnership, and Alyssa Preston was on the staff at the Arts Partnership. She was the program director, and we got the Rally in the Alley started again, and then gave it back to the chamber.
Going. So we've been doing it for years too. And it'll kick off later this month. So we'll be talking about that out here. If people want to learn more about how they can get involved, maybe they want their parents to come out here, maybe they want to volunteer, what's the best way to get in touch?
You can always call us, but there also, if you get on 50north.org, there are forms, information that you could, like a volunteer form, you can actually click on there and say, I want to volunteer. Or there's the phone number of the direct person, Julie Nicewater, who you would call. If you want a tour, call Member Services. You can call our numbers. You can come in too. We're really good about finding someone that can give people tours. But our website's the best way to learn, the most comprehensive way to learn everything that we do, because we do 5 different service lines, plus we have travel and volunteering and member services. So our website.
Always a lot going on. Check out the website to learn more. Carolyn, thank you again for 25 years of membership. Thanks for having us out today. We look forward to what happens in the future here.
Doug, thank you. And thank you for coming out here and what you do with the chamber.
No problem. No problem. So that'll do it for us today. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, all the social media channels to know what's happening in the Findlay and Hancock County business community. For Carolyn, I'm Doug. Have a great afternoon, everybody.